Hello everyone, myself Vajanavanita. Here we are going to discuss the topic from chemistry, that is chemical reactions and equations. In all the languages, alphabets combine to give words and words combine to give sentences. Similarly, in the language of chemistry, chemical symbols combine to give chemical formulae and chemical formulae combine to give chemical equations. The symbolic representation of a chemical reaction in the form of symbols and formulae is known as chemical equation. Generally, chemical reactions are basis of understanding what happens when two elements come together. In our day-to-day life, chemical reactions are surrounds us and affects us. Sometimes we don't even know that the chemical reaction that is happening around us. In our lower classes, we studied about temporary changes, permanent changes, natural changes and man-made changes, etc. They may be categorized into two types, physical changes and chemical changes. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about chemical changes in the form of chemical equations. Before going to discuss about chemical reactions, we have to know the difference between physical changes and chemical changes. Look at here. What happens when we cut paper by a scissor? Do the chemical composition of the initial substance changes? We can say simply, when we cut a paper, we'll get two pieces of paper here, right? So when we cut further and further, we'll get small pieces of paper. Here, the chemical composition of the substance does not change here. The initial substance changes from one piece to so many pieces we'll get. The formation is changed from big piece of paper to small piece of paper. But here the uniqueness is the same in big paper as well as in the small paper. The chemical composition here does not change here. We are not getting here any new substance, right? Here when we cut a paper by a scissor, its form changes, but the uniqueness or chemical composition may not change. So what we name the term where the form of the initial substance changes but the chemical composition remains the same? Yes. So we can call that type of changes are known as physical changes of matter. You can see here examples crushing, cutting. So these are the examples to physical changes only because we will not get any new substance here. Just the formation is changed. So a physical change occurs when a substance changes but no new substance is formed. Here the chemical composition remains the same. So we can say this physical changes are generally reversible reactions. So we can get original substance again, right? Here the formation is changed from one state to another state. That's it. We will not get any new substance in this physical changes of matter. You can see here melting of ice, melting of wax and dissolution of salt in water. All these are examples to physical changes only. Because in all these examples, we will not get any new substance here. Thus the formation is changed from one state to another state. That means from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, gas to liquid or liquid to solid. The one substance only, it can change its formation. But the chemical composition does not change in this. That's why we can consider these type of changes are known as physical changes of matter. So when we cut wood, what does it mean here? Is this a physical change or chemical change? Simply we can say here also, here we are cutting the wood, right? Here the formation is changed, but the chemical composition does not change here. So cutting of wood is a physical change of matter. And see here, what happens when wood burns? When we cut wood, that is an example to physical change of matter. Now here, burning the wood. So do the chemical composition of the initial substance changes here? Yes. Here, when we burn wood, finally we'll get ash and will not get again wood from the ash. Right? Here we are getting one of the new substance, and the properties of the new substance is completely opposite with the original substance. The properties of wood and ash are completely opposite. We'll not get wood from the ash. So that's why we can see here the chemical composition of the substance is changed. Yes, so when wood is burned, its chemical composition is changes. So what we name the term where the chemical composition of the initial substance changes? Yes, so here we can call this type of changes are known as chemical changes of matter. So a chemical change occurs when a new substance is formed. Definitely in a chemical change we'll get one of the new substance. And the properties of the new substance is completely opposite with the original one. We'll not get original substance from the new substance. So that's why we are calling these type of changes are known as chemical changes of matter. Now how can we identify a chemical change? See here, by change in color and production of gas, change in temperature. So all these are the indicators to identify the chemical changes. So when color of the substance changes, that means when we are taking water, by adding of color to that water, the water changed into colored water, right? So here the color of the substance is changed and will not get the water from the colored water here. So this is one of the example to chemical change here. And boiling of egg, burning of wood, rusting of iron. So all these are also examples to chemical changes. Yes. And fireworks, explosion, burning matchstick. So these are also examples to chemical changes only. Because here in all these examples, we'll get one of the new substance. And will not get the original substance from the new substance. When we observe the properties also, the properties are also completely opposite to the new substance and the initial substance here. We can take so many examples in our day-to-day life also. Cooking of food, turning of milk into curd, respiration, digestion of food. So all these are also examples to chemical changes only. Yes? And see here. Burning of magnesium ribbon in air, is it a physical change or chemical change? Yes, we are taking one magnesium ribbon and we are burning that in the presence of air. In the presence of air means here the magnesium ribbon will burn in the presence of oxygen. Everything will burn in the presence of oxygen only. So here also in the presence of air means it is burning in the presence of oxygen. Right? Here, as burning of magnesium ribbon results in the formation of a new substance, it is a chemical change. So how we are saying it is one of the chemical change? Here we are taken magnesium ribbon and we are burning that in the presence of oxygen. So here the magnesium and oxygen combined together. From the magnesium ribbon we will get a white powder. Here the properties of the white powder and the magnesium ribbon are completely opposite. And also we will not get magnesium ribbon again from the powder of the ash here. See here, after burning it changes into white powder. So the white powder is magnesium oxide here. You can see here. This is the white powder which we'll get from the magnesium ribbon. So here magnesium oxide is formed. So the formula of magnesium oxide is here MgO. So here when magnesium is burned in the presence of oxygen O2, so we'll get here MgO. Right? So here magnesium oxide is formed due to the reaction between magnesium and oxygen present in the air. So this is one of the chemical change here. From the magnesium oxide, we will not get magnesium and oxygen again. Yes. See here one more example to understand more about chemical changes here. Here we have taken one conical flask, add some zinc granules into the conical flask. Zinc granules, or we can also call zinc crystals. So here zinc is one of the metal. To this add some amount of dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. We can take any one of the acid here. Now close the conical flask with the rubber cork, which contains one small hole in between that. So take one glass tube here. You can see here this is the glass tube, right? This is the rubber cord here. Now here after some time the zinc crystals will completely dissolve in that acid. So what are the changes we observe here? So when we touch the bottom of the beaker or sides of this conical flask, we feel hot. That means heat energy released from this solution. So we can say this is one of the exothermic reaction, and also here when zinc reacts with this acid, hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, some of the gas will be released from the solution. So what is that gas here? How can we identify the releasing of gas in this? So here to identify the gas, we need to bring one burning matchstick near to the mouth of this glass tube. So when we bring burning matchstick near to the mouth of this glass tube, here the matchstick is extinguishes with a pop sound. That pop sound indicates that releasing of hydrogen gas from the solution. Yes, so here this is also one of the chemical change here, because here we have taken one metal and we reacted that with one acid. So finally we got one salt and hydrogen gas released from the solution. Right? So we will not get again zinc and acid from this solution. So this is also one of the chemical change here. Yes? So this is about physical changes and chemical changes. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you.